Hello, welcome to another Tonalist landscape oil painting. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I'm bringing you today is Twilight Trail. It's a 6x8, and I completed this about 3 weeks ago, and I really like this painting. It's very different for me, and actually I did another trail painting right after, which I'll be sharing coming up here. Now, some of you might be wondering, what the heck's been going on with the channel, dude? Well, between YouTube's giant conglomerate epicness and other factors, I was just feeling like me and YouTube weren't working out, and that's why you'll see there's a couple videos previous where I'm mentioning that the only people that are going to be seeing these are on my blog and things like that. Well, I had a couple of requests from fans of the channel and who entreated me to please reconsider and get over myself and get over my dissatisfaction with the situation, and you know, they won me over. So, and I know many of you enjoy these videos, and I've had a lot of great comments down through the years, and you know, it's not like I really wanted to deny anyone access to the videos as much as I just wanted people to see them on my site, or you know, it's whatever. You've heard enough about it. I know there's a ton of things that you can watch and do with your time. So if you spend time watching these videos, then that's awesome. And for my part, I seem compelled to keep putting them out. And like I said, some fans of the channel contacted me and basically convinced me that it would be good to just, you know, turn everything back on and keep sharing. And what I am going to do, though, the thing is that it gets to be a bit of a grind. So you might have also noticed I tend to be a very, very consistent type of fellow, and I intend to be less consistent. That may or may not be great for driving up subscribers and viewership, and to be honest, I really don't mind much about those things. The people that want to see this will come and see it, and hopefully the people that are supposed to find it will find it. And for my part, I have no illusions at this point about YouTube doing anything more or less than just being a place to share what I do, and that's all it's going to be, and that's all I'm going to do. So enough said about that. Now, this painting, Twilight Trail, the thing that's interesting, the real subject of the painting, let's face it, is the sky in the background. And what an interesting sky it is. You know, not often will you see a blue into white into rusty red sort of sky. And I patterned this off of a sky I saw in a painting by Thomas Moran, who was a total genius painter, you know, in the early 1900s, late 1800s, mostly 1900s. He was fairly young. Some people group him in with the Hudson River guys, but to me, he completely transcended all that. His stuff is psychedelic, technicolor, extravagant. His ability to paint the landscape maybe unsurpassed. I have a strong preference for tonalists like Georgia Ness and their more synthetic approach, but you know, I've seen Thomas Moran's in real life, and Thomas Moran, he's amazing. Anyway, this painting doesn't look like a Thomas Moran, but I got the idea for the way I wanted to do the the sky from Thomas Moran, and I'm really stoked with the way this painting came out. It's a small painting, but it has a nice presence to it. And I have to say, a lot of my recent work, I've been real pleased with the direction things have gone. I've got a few other things I'm going to share. This is, I'm actually out of mini mode now, so not planning on doing a lot more 3.5 by 5s or 3.5 by 3.5s real soon. I actually was working on a 12 by 16 Friday and Saturday. That's my Friday and Saturday. Oh, speaking of, today is Sunday, and it is the 17th of December. Now, you may see this today or maybe tomorrow or whenever, but I am uploading as I speak another painting to the Past Master series, and that's by Charles Appel. That's going to be kind of the same deal there. I mean, I'm not necessarily going to stick to or cleave to any regular schedule with that stuff, but I have them in the can, and some of them are really neat, and this Charles Appel is really neat. And you know, some people were definitely viewing things on the on my blog, on my website, but there's a lot of people that don't go over there, and you should, though, by the way, because the awesome thing about the blog on the website is that you get a high-res image of the painting, and then you get some detail shots which really show the fracture of the brushwork, and that's one of the things that I do that is pretty good about my painting, if I don't say so myself. I know how to get that interweaved fractured brush effect, and it's always interesting, especially I mean, I find it interesting. I have a huge monitor here, and I have some very good camera equipment too, so sometimes I can definitely see. It's almost like seeing things under a microscope in a way, because with the zoom in you can just see all the intricate interweaved strokes and how they work together to create the image. And it's funny how when they're isolated, you can really see how abstract painting actually is. And what that's something I was going to mention. You know, a true what is called abstract painting is painting that is not trying to represent anything. It's paint on a canvas and or board, and it exists purely to represent whatever the artist had in his imagination. It's just colors and shapes and forms and some sort of composition. However, that's really not as abstract as trying to I'm gonna do a pretzel logic thing here, watch out. It's really not as abstract as trying to represent something using those same elements, because an abstract painting isn't trying to be anything more or less than paint on a canvas. Whereas when I paint a representational scene on that same surface using the same paints, that is a bit more abstract than the abstract is. So I'll let you guys chew on that and see what you think of that idea. But I can really see the logic in it, and it cracks me up. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining me today. I will keep them coming, probably not in some sort of suicidally regular pace or anything, but if you dig what I do and you dig this channel, you just keep coming around. And don't overlook my blog. It's on landscapepainter.co.nz. You see that scrolling by right now. There's a store there, and other good stuff. So anyway, check it out. We'll see you again, and meanwhile, please take good care of yourself and your family. Have a Merry Christmas and stay out of trouble.